Good morning. I don't think I successfully beat jet lag. I went to sleep at like 10, but then I woke up. I think I'm like super hungry, so I'm going to eat this. I drank a lot of water, so it wasn't a water situation, so I'm gonna just eat some of this and hopefully go back to sleep. So this is like that grain bar thing. I don't know, it's very dense, that we got from the To Good To Go bag. So again, I sent home one of each type of croissant with my sister, and then also all the apple turnover thingies, just because the apple things definitely needed a refrigeration situation. I don't have that here, so I kept these because also these are going to be pretty good for a travel snack for my purse, just in case I get stranded again, you know, just to have one of these. But let me give it a go. I still don't know what this is. It's like definitely a multi-grain sort of bars. Sorry, tugging my mouth full. A lot of dried fruit in it. I also don't remember if I told you, but it's like 2 o'clock this morning right now. So I'm hopefully going to be able to eat part of this and go back to sleep because I definitely need my sleep. So I'm also like planning my trip to Belgium. So I'm going to Brussels, as you know, and I haven't planned anything. So I have stuff marked. I think what I might want to do is as soon as I get in, I might head over to the atomium, like the atom structure thing, because everybody said that's like #1 thing you must go to. And from what I've read, it might be pretty busy actually. So I think a purse snack such as the other one of these bars will be definitely coming in handy if I were to do that, because there's not any good food around there. Actually, I took a look. There's really not any food or cafes of any note. So then I'll have to take the subway back into the actual city proper, around like the more touristy stuff, and then I'll be able to get like my waffle, my frites and stuff. So anyway, that's the plan so far, but we shall see if that actually comes to fruition. I also didn't reserve a seat on the train because it was going to be extra €4. I keep calling them pounds. €4.90, and I didn't really know necessarily if that was going to be worth it. The lady was like, it should be okay, but she's like, just so you know, it's pretty crowded. I said, okay, that's fine. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna eat this and I'll talk to you later, hopefully much later. It's about 7:30. It's Tuesday, and today is the day that I'm going on my day trip to Brussels. So I have like actually no idea what I'm going to do once I get there, and hopefully I'm not going to be overwhelmed, and hopefully not as many delays as yesterday. But yeah, anyway, so I will take you along with me. I did find out last night, as I was unpacking, I did not bring any cameras. I thought I had at least one of them, but apparently I took out both. So either that or they got stolen or lost along the way. But yeah, I don't have my Sony, I don't have my DJI. So all I have is my phone. So hopefully the footage works out for that. But yeah, anyway, I'll take you along with me on my day. I also found out that there are some Too Good To Go bags in Brussels, including one for beer. So I might ask my sister at a more reasonable hour if she would like to try that one, and see if we like Belgian beer. It just seems kind of fun. I don't know. But the first thing of order of business once I get in, especially if I get in like on time or hopefully early, is I want to go to the atom structure thing. I can't remember what it is. I did not sleep well. I'm hoping to sleep on the train a little bit, but not too much, but a little bit at least, because I did not sleep at all since like I fell asleep at 10 and then I woke up at like 1:45, and then I've been up since then. So that stinks. But yeah, anyway, so that's what's going on, and I'll take you along with me. Hopefully I'm going to be able to eat a waffle and also some frites, but we'll see if that happens as well. I don't know. I spend a lot of time looking at restaurants and things to do in Brussels. I'm also trying to figure out, because I do want to go on one more day trip, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe Amsterdam is the play. I don't know, because it's like the cheapest option and it doesn't take that long. But that being said, I won't be able to do like the main things that people are able to do there. Like I won't be able to go to the Anne Frank house, and I also won't be able to go to the Van Gogh Museum because both of those tickets sold out, and you have to like do them months in advance, and like obviously did not do that planning. So that's what the thought is at the moment, but we'll see. But I'm not going to Luxembourg probably, except for I did find an easy way to go to Luxembourg. I downloaded a different train app and I'm able to like see it easier, and it also like does like the connections. It's a lot clearer to me where the connections are and stuff like that. Anyway, that's what's going on. I think I'm going to eat a croissant for breakfast from yesterday's Too Good To Go bag. The whole grain bread thingy was like really heavy. It did help me. I do think I'm having food lag because I was so hungry when I woke up at like, I ate a big dinner too. That was a lot of chicken breast. Actually I didn't finish the dinner because there was like too much chicken breast, and also I wasn't super hungry, and yeah. And the fries are not my favorite here. So, oh, the other thing is this hotel typically would have a breakfast option where you can add it on, but they said they're remodeling right now the restaurant, so there's only like a continental breakfast and it's like 14 euro, I think they said. Honestly, I don't eat that much breakfast, so like paying 14 euro for a breakfast seems a little bit exorbitant to me. But they do have like an espresso machine downstairs, so I'm probably gonna go make some Nespresso and grab some Haribo shark gummies because they have them in the lounge, not the lounge, the lobby as well. But I'm a little bit embarrassed to do that. But first order of business, gotta dry my hair, and I'll talk to you later. Answers to the question, fitness centers on the 5th floor. Okay, heading over to the station now. It's probably about a 10-minute walk-ish, plus it's hot out already, so got my water to go. So I got this little tiny bottle. I don't know how much it was. It's 0.5 liters and it was 59 cents, I think. But the big one, the 1.5, was 35 cents. I don't know, explain that to me. It's actually quite cool right now, so good thing I brought my sweater. My sister says it's not supposed to be peak heat until about 5. So early, so I'm looking in these stores randomly. I think this is my train. It's in sections D through G. So I didn't reserve a space. I think I'll go to the end. We'll see. I'm in like class 2, so like not first class. Good thing I came early. I was able to get a seat by a window so I can look out. So if it's blank like that, it means that nobody's reserved the seat. But if there's like a city name, it means somebody reserved. Trying to find a ticket machine so I can get a day pass. Okay, so I picked this up. It was 8 euro. I just went to the ticket counter because I didn't want to deal with a vending machine. Really simple. And this is good for today only. It's not a 24-hour pass. And then I'm trying to find the number 4 bus. Oh, so it's actually the tram, not the bus. Headed in the wrong direction, so I have to find how to get on the other side. Signage leaves a lot to be desired. Had to come all the way outside. Don't follow any of the signs for number 4 on the inside because that goes the opposite way. And they're not connected apparently. They sent me back to the train station and said go upstairs, but that's not where any of the signs say trams go. Okay, so I'm going to the Grand Place. So I was able to use the ticket to get out. Didn't have to get in. Okay, so I'm gonna try to turn this day around because I'm in a bad mood because everybody was so rude. But here I am at Grand Place and going to just, I guess, stay in the city center because there's no other place to go. I think I might also be hungry, so I'm gonna go to Friedland. Small fries with the andalouse sauce. Okay, so I feel slightly rejuvenated. I think I was just a little bit hungry and I was also peeved that they were so rude to me. I was even speaking French. It wasn't like I was just like coming in guns a-blazing in American. But yeah, so I just decided I'm gonna just stay around the city center area because I can't figure out how to get to the Atomium place. So yeah. There's some sort of festival going on, some dance festival. Like the street art. Just so you know, a lot of stuff is closed on Tuesdays, so plan accordingly, like restaurants and such. The crowd around where the peeing boy statue is huge. So this is a really nice street right off of the chaos that is that statue. So since I can't get to where I wanted to go, I don't know if I needed the day pass because it was 8 euro. And I think each of the rides is about €2.40, I think. But yeah, so if I'm staying around city center, I would say that I don't need it, but now I have it, so may as well take the bus. I don't know. There's a museum, €5, I believe. That's related to the costumes that they dress the statue in. Here's Brussels Square. Walk underneath the shade of these trees. It's too direct sun right now. Okay, I'm in the musical area now. I came up that hill from over there. But that's the Museum of Musical Instruments. Or Musical Instruments Museum. So that is the Royal Palace of Brussels, but it's actually closed right now for renovation, I believe. But you can typically go in, I guess. Importable taxis. There's some sort of chase or like motorcade going on. Interesting. Okay, so I was thinking about maybe going to a waffle place next, but the one I marked isn't open until 2, and it's about 1:45 right now, so I think I'm gonna go to like the shopping area that my friend recommended, and I'll look around there and then go to the waffle place. If I had more time, I would probably go to that museum. It's the Museum of Fine Arts. I did stop in, take a look at the gift shop, and also go to the bathroom. They have a free public toilet, and it was relatively clean. Biggest thing was that it was free. To answer my sister's question, the colonization of Africa definitely bought a lot of architecture and a lot of grand buildings. I believe Brussels is also where the EU has its headquarters. I might be wrong about it. Maybe it's just Belgium in general. I do remember it being in Belgium though. Not sure what that is, but whatever it is, it's cute. I thought it said you are banned. It's urban. Closer up now, I see that it's a clock. Brussels apparently has a pretty good comic book culture, like The Adventures of Tintin, but it looks like Smurfs are quite popular in this current moment. There's a Smurfs collab at one of the chocolate shops. It's one that I see all the time in New York. There's like a location at Hudson Yards, so I'm not going to stop there, but they're having a Smurfs collaboration right now as well. So this is where I'm going, the Galerie Royale Stade de Verre. So I'm going to go in. It's like luxury, it's quite nice. It's really old shopping street. Lots of luxury items. Actually, I don't know. These seem pretty normal price, but they're presented really well. Little figurines. Kind of like very random. Like military men. But then also a guy with a camera and a guy with a cake. My friend from Brussels also recommended this place. The idea of trying to bring this back with me stresses me out because it's so hot out today. But these are the prices. I saw macaron, Le Belgique gourmand, a lot of little cookies, treats, candies, little chocolates, noodles, waffles. It's actually kind of cheap for macarons. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like they're like $2.50 in New York. Per one macaron. Slightly down the way. Sorry about the flickering. I can't change my camera settings. This is my phone. But there's another location, and this one seems to be mainly chocolates and macarons, but there's also ice cream and sorbet out front. And then these are the flavors of the day, and the sorbet is mango yuzu. Okay, this is the brand that has the Smurfs, but they also have locations in New York, so I'm not gonna waste money and take it home with me. Okay, perfect timing. I ended up back to where I wanted to go. It was open now. These are the ice creams that are available right now. Artisanal ice cream. Okay, since I'm dining in, just sit down at the cafe table and scan, and then they'll take your order later. But if you want to take away, you can order on the inside. So I'm still in the shopping plaza area. So I ordered a waffle. I got the Simply Dendo, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, on the Brussels style, which is like the Belgian style waffle. And then I also got a beer to try. So I just reapplied my Dr. Jardis sunscreen because I'm getting a lot of color right now. So I got a beer. It's kind of weird. But I got the Tough Cookie, and this is a Brussels beer project in Maison Dandoy. And this is a speculoos stout, so I'm probably not going to like it because I don't like stouts, but it sounded like a nice collab to try out. So I'm gonna give it a taste. It's actually quite good. I forgot I took my AirPod out. So it's actually quite nice. So even though it's a stout, it's not super heavy. It kind of has a little bit of a sweet flavor, probably from the speculoos spread, which is like the cookie butter. But I would say that it's like definitely slightly heavy. It's not like a lager or something like that. It's definitely not a Kolsch, but it's quite good. It doesn't have that weird soy sauce flavor like I think most stouts have, and it's not like super creamy or anything like a lot of the really, really heavy stouts are. So it's a pretty good beer. This is the info. Here in the Gâteau waffle. Speckless ice cream, speckless crumbles, and of course, the waffle is super airy and delicate on the inside, so it's not super dense or anything like that, so it's very fluffy and airy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to swing by a church because I haven't seen one yet this trip, and like it's Europe, so apparently that's what you have to do. And then I think I'm going to try to get to the Atomium place because it's still trying to show me the way taking the train or the tram or whatever, the way that it's not going. So I'll just like try it because from this particular location it's easier to like change to the train and it's not quite as confusing as at the large grand station, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna walk this way because I think this should be towards where the cathedral is. Here is a cathedral. I don't even know what one of the saints is. That's how bad of a Catholic I am. But this is St. Michael and St. Gudula. I don't know. Cathedral. Okay, so this is a better look. So this is St. Michael and St. Gudula. I again don't know that saint. This is a cathedral. So even though like it doesn't look as big as the dome from Cologne on camera, it's pretty big. Cause like, this is at eye level with me right here. And this is only like, you know, stairs all the way up. I still have no idea who the other saint is, but that organ was very impressive. It's really nice in there if you're trying to escape the heat just to go in for a little bit because it's like a lot of stone, so it's pretty cool in there. I think if you pay it at €1, you can go in the basement into like, I guess the catacombs. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. I didn't pay because I don't have cash, but yeah, anyway, that's what's going on in there. You go by the peeing girl statue too. There's also a peeing dog. I don't know if I can find that one, but I'm gonna do that first before I go to the train to try to find my way to the Atom place. Else I can have another beer, I guess. I found it, but it's like a little weird. Going back out, I'm not sure what people do there, other than take a selfie. That one definitely had less people. Back to the city center area, the Grand Place area. My friend did confirm that the EU hub is in Brussels, so I don't know where it is, probably not right around here, but that's just my guess. I guess I could probably look on the map. Going back into the train. I think I'm gonna go actually take a different train. I'm gonna take the number 3 and just walk further because I don't think the 4 goes to where it says it goes on the map, like Google Maps. Because it doesn't go that place on the subway map, so wow, it's actually on time. So it really was the terminus at Esplanade, so walking across this bridge, and it's about a 12-minute walk according to Google Maps. It's also like 4:05 right now, and I'm kind of nervous because this is like really far out there, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to go in. I'll just like take a drive-by on the outside, I guess. And hopefully they'll have like a convenience store so I can buy more water because I'm like running low, and I'm also feeling really drained, so hopefully they have a iced coffee or something I buy. Okay, so I'm almost there. This is really far out there, but there is a parking lot if you have a car. Here I are at the Atomium. Okay, so I made it. It's not quite as impressive as I made it out to be in my head. I'm sure like if you go into the exhibitions within each of the little bulbs, it's probably more impressive, but I don't know if I have time. Let's see how long the line is and how much it costs. Okay, the entry fee is 16 euro for adults. I don't think I'm gonna have time to get 16 euro worth, so I'm just gonna head back and try to pick up something good for dinner, since all I've eaten was junk food today. The cafe line was way too long. I'm gonna check in the shop if they have water. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I paid 2 euros for this can of Coke, but at least it's cool and refreshing in its caffeine. Okay, so there's the Atomium, and then there's also the Brussels Design Museum. Sorry, I'm stumbling over words. And there's also something called Mini Europe, where they have like miniature replicas of a lot of like the sites of Europe, I guess. It's all in this little area, but there's really nothing else out here. So this way back is basically the same as that weird one. So I'll see if it like actually happens, because the yellow is supposed to turn into the pink or something. I don't know. 7 is supposed to turn into a 4 suddenly. Also, I'm sweaty. They shut down all of the entrances, so you had to go all the way around. Okay, so I'm back at Grand Place. I'm trying to find this place called Mise de Chin or something like that. It makes like rice paper rolls, which sounds like a really light sort of meal, really fresh and stuff like that with vegetables, hopefully. Also, by the way, you do tap on when you get on the tram. There's like a little box by the doors. Okay, so this restaurant should be pretty easy to find, and then I should be able to get back on another train to go back towards the South Station or West Station. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going to like the Midi Station, which I think is west. Okay, I'm almost there. There's actually a lot of cute little cheap street foodie restaurants. So this one has Asian food as well. Fucha, so tea house, falafel shop. It seems like poke is pretty trendy right now. Okay, headed back to the tram station. Okay, back at Grand Place area, gonna take the train right here. I ended up getting my money's worth out of the day pass. And again, it's only for the day that you buy it. It's not 24 hours. Since I wasn't very good at getting my bearings, this is where I was most of the day. This is the Grand area, the Grand Place, Grand Place. Okay, came to the grab and go or stop and go or whatever it is in the station. Looking for some chips. I grabbed some water because I'm dying of thirst. I don't know if these are like specifically for here, but grabbing them because I've never seen them. These are new to me too. Grab some chips and some water. Eat. Or 8 euros about. It's also 5:45 and my train leaves at 6:25, so I'm going to try to figure out which platform it's on and see if it's already there so I can get a seat because I didn't reserve again. Okay, I found it on the main board. Going to be number 9. Definitely just went into Body Shop to wash my hands for free. Another one of the La Belgique Gourmand stores. See, they have the smartphones here. Some specific Brussels tunes, luggage lockers. So the train doesn't have power aircon in like 3 of the cars. So I finally found a seat because somebody gave up because there's no aircon in this car. So pray for me to not sweat too much. I love my chips haul. So I got these Lay's Sensations, Mexican peppers and cream, the grilled Lay's, the Max salt and pepper, and the Bugle sweet chili flavor. And these are apparently only in Netherlands and Belgium. And I also also got sparkling water. This was €8. Okay, so I got a Peking duck and a lemongrass chicken. And these are like the rice rolls. They look pretty good, pretty fresh. They did come with different dipping sauces. So I like the Peking duck one better. The lemongrass chicken one has fried onions in it, which are kind of weird, like texture-wise. Finally made it back. We're opening the free soda cola. Tastes like dirt.
Tastes like Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi with dirt. Yeah, that's my review. Tastes like dirt with Pepsi. I mean, it tastes like cola. Like, definitely it tastes like an off-brand cola. Kind of tastes like RC cola, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. My sister agrees. You probably heard her. Yeah, so we're trying this out. I'm gonna try the other one that was also manufactured on the site. I almost said brewed. But this one is the citron flavor, so like lemon, lime. Not the orange one that's on the sign downstairs, but I think they just Googled it and took the first one. That's my personal opinion. So one thing of note is that it's less fizzy than US soda. Okay, gonna give it a taste. My sister's already tasted it. Feels thick.
Yeah, syrup heavy.
Yeah, it's thicker. It's also very like flavorful.
Kind of tastes like old school 7-Up.
Oh.
Not like the new.
I was gonna say that it tastes like the lemon lime Polar brand seltzer.
I don't know what that tastes.
I think I like this one, but also kind of not at the same time.
It's better than the cola.
It is better than the cola, but I think it needs a little bit of water in it. It tastes a little bit like when you're drinking it at first, it hits me at least, and it tastes like bathroom cleaner. But then after a while, it like kind of mellows out a little bit. Anyway, those are reviews of these sodas. super stellar, I guess. In the lobby of my hotel, they have some gummies for us to take, so we grabbed them. There's gummy frogs, gummy Smurfs, and whatever these red discs are. They're really hard, and I'm wondering if maybe we weren't supposed to grab them, but they did have tongs next to them. Oh, it's like a marshmallow. Not bad, but not my favorite. My sister hates it. Oh, they're like those weird things that Mom always put in her Easter baskets. The marshmallow egg things that were like rocks. Yeah, this is marshmallow. And it's like with a strawberry sugar on the outside, kind of sour. Okay, we got some Smurfs here. 3 of them, 3 different guys. One's white, one's red, and one's yellow. Let's see if they're different flavors. Yeah, this is like the very European gummy style. It's like very sticky. But my gummy style is the one that's kind of hard. And they don't get stuck in my teeth. But the flavor is like blue raspberry, I think. And the white top is like kind of like ice. Like the polar ice flavor of Powerade or whatever. Okay, so we're gonna try the gummy frogs next. They have the white filling stuff on the bottom that's like kind of like the fluffy nougat thing that I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, I don't like the white nougat part. They did have gummy sharks yesterday, so I'm kind of sad that I didn't grab them because I like me a gummy shark. Not bad. They're like green apple flavor and white. And vanilla. That was a terrible angle. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a rationale because I thought maybe I was gonna be super hungry and eat one on the train. So I ended up buying 4 different chips because number one, my favorite food is chips. So I haven't seen some of these in the States. So I just wanted to grab them. And by that, I mean, I've never seen a Sensations line, but this is supposed to be Mexican peppers and cream flavor. So I'm very interested to know what that is. Like, is it sour cream and like, I don't know, that's a chili pepper, but is it gonna taste like that? Or is it gonna taste like green peppers? You know, like fajita or something? So that's the info here. So this looks fancy, you know? Like, I don't know. I've never seen this sleek of a bag from, what's it called, Lay's. It's like really, I don't know, aesthetic. And then I also grabbed this, which doesn't look very sleek and aesthetic, but these are the Lay's grills, so they look like ribs, right? So this is supposed to be like, I don't know, smoky flavor, I guess. I don't know, don't speak those languages. But yeah, so I grabbed these, and I've never seen these before in the US. These are like very basic. So this was going to be the one I was going to eat on the train if I ended up getting hungry, because it's the salt and black pepper. I've just never seen the Max Ridge kind from Lay's in the US. And like, this is a very safe flavor, and I figured that this would be very good. My sister would also enjoy it. So I'm going to share it with my sister. She wasn't there when I was choosing it out, and I am also running out of data, so I didn't want to send photos. But I also grabbed her bugles because I know she really likes bugles. But in the States, we only have like ranch, right? And then like the red bag, the original one. So they had the sweet chili one, and they had a few other flavors that I didn't think she was going to like. So I grabbed these. But what kills me is on the back, they have this as a serving instruction to use it as like an ice cream cone to hold dip. Anyway, so those are what I grabbed. So all of these plus the bottle of water was about €8, so about $9-ish, which I think is a pretty good price given what I got. So obviously I showered. So today was a very long day, but that's just because my jet lag was really bad and I woke up at like 2, and then I pushed through the entire day. I did take a couple of naps on the train, probably about 2.5 hours of naps. So I'm hoping that doesn't mess me up, but I'm gonna take a Benadryl because I think I have allergies. My eyes are super itchy. We went through farmland on the train, so I can assume why I'm not feeling the best in terms of allergies. So in Brussels, the first impression was not hospitable whatsoever. And it was just like, nothing was signed at all. And it wasn't like, oh, well, they don't have it in English. And like, yeah, my French isn't perfect, but it like gets the point across. And there just like weren't signs anywhere. And I was trying to find this particular tram that was going to the Atomium. So I spent like an hour in the train station. I'm not even kidding. I'm not exaggerating at all. Running around and like following signs for the number 4 tram thing, and it just like kept disappearing, and like they kept sending me to the one that was going in the opposite direction. I needed to go the other one. So then the first person I asked had no idea what I was talking about, but they worked for the train system, so it's a little bit concerning. The second time I came back, I was like, yo, I like 100% cannot find this, like where is it? So then they conferred with their colleague, and their colleague was like, oh, well, go into the station and go up the stairs, and then you'll be able to find it. So when I did that, I ended up in like the train station, which isn't run by the tram station because it's like a different enterprise or whatever. That's my understanding, because then when I got there, then this guy was like he was a jerk. And he's like, why don't you just use your logical thinking skills? So the thing that nobody knew, even the people who worked for the Public Transit Authority, is that there's currently a construction going on and a rerouting of some of the lines. So I could have gotten on one of the other trains and kept going. It just wasn't signed properly. So I still have no idea where I could have taken that number 4 train going towards the docks area, which is like a very nice shopping area, actually. I thought it was going to be like the docks, but no, it's like a shopping area, shopping district. But yeah, so if I would have taken the number 4 train and continued going north past the north station, I would have ended up at the docks, and that's like the last station. But because of the construction, it actually changes into a different line and continues on. So I wouldn't have had to walk so far to go to the Atom thing. So anyway, I got really frustrated. I got really mad because I wasted an hour and I only had like a short day there. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to the central part of the city. I'm just like gonna give up. I'm going to this art thing. I give up. So it ended up turning it around. I was also probably hangry at that point because I'd been awake for so long and didn't have that much to eat. So I had my frites, and they were pretty good. I think I didn't choose the right not salad dressing. What's it called? Sauce. So I ended up with the Andalus one, which is like mayonnaise and some other things. I probably should have chosen a different thing. It was just like not my favorite flavor. Like, I know I don't like mayonnaise in general, so I probably shouldn't have chosen a mayonnaise one, but that's like kind of the thing you have to do when you had a Belgian fries. So anyway, the Belgian frites were good. They're like really thick cut, but they are still crispy all the way through, which is what I enjoy. I don't like them when they're floppy like the German ones I had with my meal the other day. Had those, and then I went walking around, and there was like some sort of dance competition or dance festival going on in the square, so I couldn't get the best of photos, which kind of stinks, because like that's maybe my only chance to go to Brussels, because I don't know necessarily, spoiler, that I want to go back. But yeah, so went to the Grand Place area. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Grand Place, but it also looks like Grand Place. But yeah, anyway, so we went there, looked around, and then saw the city hall, saw the dancing, and then I walked around the shopping areas and the restaurant areas. And the other thing that Brussels is known for are these two statues that are peeing. One's a boy, and that's the original one, and one's a girl, which is the secondary one. There's also a third one, and like honestly, I thought one was too many. So there's a third one of a dog peeing, and I didn't want to go try to find that because, again, I thought one peeing statue was enough. And I'm not entirely sure what the cultural significance of it is, or if it's just supposed to be funny. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, going and trying to take a selfie with the boy peeing is like next to impossible. Again, I don't know why you want one. So tell me below why you wanted one if you have one. And then I just walked around and did some other stuff. I did want to eat a waffle, so I ended up eventually going to a waffle place. It wasn't the one that closes actually, so there's one of those locations that actually closes for a half an hour from 1:30 till 2, but the one I was in is open all day, and that was in that luxury shopping area. I also did a lot more walking in between. I would say make sure that you bring enough water. There's not that much shade, it's really hot, and the buildings are like stone, and they're like light colored stone, so they're really bright. So I am so tan now. Like I have a watch line that is like, it looks like I can like start a fire with how bright my wrist is because it's like my skin is so much darker now. But yeah, so anyway, that is my tips there. And then I guess like one other thing I wish I would have eaten, but honestly today wasn't the day, it was just so hot, is I kind of wanted to have the Flemish stew, but the places I had marked to go to weren't open. Oh, that was the other note. I think I told you that during the day, but it was Tuesday today, and a lot of stores and restaurants are actually closed on Tuesdays, so make sure you plan around that. I didn't have an issue with some of the other things, like the key things that I wanted to do, like the fries and the waffles, but some of the other restaurants were closed on Tuesdays. And then some of the other stuff was under construction, so it was also closed, so keep that in mind as well, if there's anything you have your heart set on. And then the rest of the day, I just kind of chilled, I guess. I did go to the Atomium eventually. I took the one train that I knew was going to get there. I just had to walk too far because I didn't really want to walk that far in the heat. I guess it depends on what you feel like your priorities are. So I can't tell you what's going on in the Atomium, but there are actually some of the spheres you can actually enter in with a ticket, and you can go see the exhibitions and stuff. So it sounds cool, and from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's a really cool, worthwhile experience. But I just didn't have enough time to do it, where I thought I was gonna get like enough out of it for the 16 euro and also like be able to enjoy myself and really, you know, have a great experience. So that was my one regret, I guess. And then on the way back, I ended up taking the train that taught me that there was in fact a detour of the number 4 line. And then I ended up getting the rice paper rolls because I really wanted those. Actually, I had heard that they're really good. I just wanted something really light and fresh, and it sounded like it was going to be because I love rice paper rolls, and it was really light and fresh. So they both had the fresh mint in it, which I think is just like a key ingredient for the summer. I would say that my favorite one was the Peking duck one. The lemongrass chicken just had a couple of ingredients in it that I thought were a little bit abnormal, so it's probably just my taste preferences. But the first being the fried onions. They were like the little fried shallots that you get sometimes on salad toppings, and they just like got soggy, and they were still kind of crunchy, but they were soggy still, and it was just like kind of an odd texture to me, and it was an odd flavor to add in there. I was thinking more it was going to be like a very more traditional thing, so and by reading it I should have known that I wasn't going to enjoy it, because the other thing is they also threw in pickled daikon for some odd reason. Lemongrass chicken is more like kind of like a Vietnamese Southeast Asian dish, and pickled daikon is more, from my understanding, like a Japanese and Korean dish or ingredient, so it was a little bit off-putting to have it in there, and it also ripped up the rice paper, so I probably wouldn't order that one again. But the Peking duck was so good, actually. The other thing was the sauce that came with the, I think it was the lemongrass chicken one, had coconut in it, so I was a little bit concerned, so I didn't eat that one after the first little dip. So I ate the other sauce, the brown sauce, which I think was a hoisin sauce, and that one was really good. I would say that like it was pretty affordable when I was there, because I was thinking about it, like I didn't spend that much money today except for the transit stuff. I think I told you that I bought that transit card, so it's good for 1 day, so it's good for the day of purchase. So if you bought it at 8 p.m., let's say, you would only have 4 hours to use it, like 3 hours 59 minutes technically to use it. It's not a 24-hour clock, so just make sure you're going to take the train at least 4 times when you buy that, because it'll pay for it at that point, because it's over €2 for each ride. So I ended up getting my money's worth out of it, plus saving a little bit because of my extra side quest to go over to the Atomium exhibition as well. The other thing is food wasn't that expensive, but again, I ate like basically just junk food. So the frites were €4. I think the beer and the waffle was around 15, 16 euro, which I think was pretty good for what it was. Because like if I got a beer in the States, it would be like $10 for it, just alone. And then the waffle, when I went to Waffles and Dingus, was like $12 the other day. And all I got was the speculoos spread. So yeah, both of those were a pretty good price, and it was really good. I really liked the flavor of the waffle, the texture, because it was really lightweight, and it was like kind of like airy, so it was kind of like a nice crunch when you bit into it, but it wasn't like super dense and heavy feeling. And the beer also didn't feel heavy, which is why I don't typically like stouts, plus the whole burnt soy sauce flavor that I usually get from them. And that one was like kind of interesting, so it was an interesting collab between the Belgian Beer Project and the cafe I was at. Otherwise, yeah, the expensive thing was that soda I bought, but I needed it. I was dragging at that point and I was so thirsty, so I was like, I'm just gonna hit two birds with one stone and get a Coke, not a Diet Coke. And it was €2, which was very expensive, but I needed it in the moment, and I guzzled it down in like a minute and a half, and I felt so much better afterwards. And then the spring rolls were about €10 total, so I think I did pretty well today. I don't really think I had anything that I needed to buy or anything like that. I was kind of doing like a scoping out mission to see if there's anything I would think would be worth coming back to look at like more closely. The only thing I would say was maybe the musical instrument museum. It sounded interesting, and apparently there's a cafe on the top, but it was closed temporarily, and I don't know if they've announced an opening date. But in the past, apparently if you said that you're going to the cafe, you didn't have to pay for the museum, and you would just take the elevator up to the cafe, and you have really good views of Brussels from there. And then the other thing I would maybe go to is the Fine Arts Museum, but that would require a lot of time, I think. And maybe also the Palace, but I don't know why the Palace was temporarily closed, so I should maybe look that up. But I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed, so hopefully this was enjoyable and interesting for you. Sorry about my freak out session about being upset that I couldn't get out of the train station and get to where I was trying to go, but I turned it around. I turned it straight around. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and tomorrow I'm going to be exploring Cologne, doing a walking tour. Hopefully I'm going to try to do a beer walking tour, and then I'm also going to get the Cologne card to get free transit so I can really explore the city fully. So if that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Thank you again for watching, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.